it's Lauren Messiah, and we are jumping back into the anti-style type series. If you were just joining us, these are the anti-style types, the style types that we just don't even want to mess with, okay? If you are committing one of these crimes of fashion, this series is going to help you correct that, because nobody wants to be the types that we're talking about now. If you want good types, hop over to my style series where I talk about the style types that are good, okay? It's called the style type series. So look that up and you'll get some inspiration. But this series is going to be very helpful too. I'm going to tell you why you're screwing up with a little bit of humor and what you can do to fix it. So today's anti-style type is Boring Betty, okay? So, who's Boring Betty and what the heck is she wearing? Boring Betty is the human equivalent of watching paint dry, okay? Boring Betty has taken the notion of wearing basics, wardrobe staples. She's taken that just way too far. Her stuff is plain and it lacks personality. Think my outfit without all the extra, okay? Plain jeans, plain t-shirt. She'd probably have on some Keds or something, some nondescript, boring shoe. She wouldn't have on any jewelry. She's just like, I put on clothes, they are clean, they match, because you just can't not match the level of basic that she's hit. She's boring, okay? Now on the inside, Boring Betty is probably not boring at all. She's probably super cool and has a dynamic personality and has stories to tell and hobbies to share with you. She probably could cook a good meal. You know, Boring Betty's the bomb, but you'd never know it, because who wants to approach drying paint? Like, you fall asleep the second that you look at her. So Boring Betty needs to get out of this boring wardrobe, because it's really not doing her any favors. So why is Boring Betty so freaking boring? What's really going on? Here's what's really going on, okay? Boring Betty is so afraid of failure. She's so terrified to take a risk that she just feels safer in the boring clothes. Now, she knows on the inside that she's not boring, and she probably knows a thing or two about style. She probably sees things at the mall that she likes, but she's like, oh no, I could never pull that off. So she just doesn't. She opts for boring instead. She's so afraid of taking a risk and failing and missing the mark that it's too terrifying. Like, what if Boring Betty put on the cool necklace and someone at work was like, whoa, that's a necklace? It seems so scary to her that it's not worth it. Just like, oh my God, what if someone didn't like me? What if someone thought I didn't have it all together? What if someone thought that I wasn't like perfect? What if someone thought I was trying too hard? Boring Betties say that all the time. I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard. Betty, there's nothing wrong with looking like you tried. And if you failed, so what? So what? You try again. So, you know, I would like all the Boring Betties out there to think about how small, you know, on the failure spectrum, how small of a fail fashion is. You know, like, now if you're failing your whole existence in fashion, then yes, the results of that failure could be catastrophic, okay? But small failures that you can learn from, the fact that you're watching these videos, that you follow my style advice, you're probably getting a lot better at doing this whole fashion thing. That's what these videos are here for. So when you make one little risk and it doesn't pay off, then you just look at it and say, ooh, okay, that was too much. I'm gonna try this. You gotta try. So my fix for the Boring Betties is to take a fashion risk, and take a big one. Take a big one. For the first risk, make it freaking huge, okay? Because I want you to taste what failure tastes like. Give it a little nibble, okay? You're gonna find out that it's not that bad. What is the worst that can happen? People say, you know, whoa, never seen you wear a color like that before. And you say, yeah, thank you, I was just trying something new. Not sure if I like it. Whatever. Or you can just give them the old double fingers and walk away. Like, this will help you come into a new form of confidence. It will help you discover who you actually are. When you're ignoring these preferences that you have, these natural tendencies to things that you like, you're just letting yourself down. Like, you're not letting yourself live up to your full potential. So if you taste failure and you're like, oh, that didn't suck so bad, then it doesn't matter. It can also like kind of be a fun challenge for you to see like how many comments you can get on your outfit for that day, just because it's so far out of your comfort zone. I remember I've gotten advice about this in regards to my business. When I first launched my second book, The Style Solution, I know that the book was like loaded with so much value. I'm proud of it. It's a good book, okay? And I was afraid about like how I should be pricing it. And one of my coaches said, this book needs to be priced a lot higher. And I was like, I don't know, I'm scared. And they said, challenge yourself. See how many people will push back and say it's too much, and then you can look at it. So like, you know, change the price. No one even complains. I was just so afraid of what that failure would look like, what that judgment would look like. But once I tried it and realized, oh, there was actually nothing to be afraid of. It's actually priced perfectly and fairly and great for my audience. It was fine. There was nothing to worry about. So I want Boring Betties to do that with style. Push the envelope, see how much resistance you get, and then you can find your sweet spot that fits for you and not for everybody else. So I hope that advice was helpful. If you have a Boring Betty in your life, maybe just slip her this video. Hey, look what I found. Maybe it will help her get the hint. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to tune in because we have more anti-style types to come. Thanks again for watching.